back at St. Joseph Bear basketball, where the Bears come away with an 82-78 win, a doubleheader sweep over the University of Valley Forge. Mike, and I have with me Michael Megafu, who had one heck of a game. But let's talk about the team overall. We'll talk about the first half because, the Patriots, they played one heck of a game. When you look at what they've done from downtown, 13 of 26. They hit 13 three balls, and it seemed like, just keep it right up there.
All right,
it seems like whenever you had to make a stop, whenever you made a move, they answered with a three ball. Whenever you did anything positive, they answered with a three ball, and they did that time and time and time and again. How do you react to that? Going into the halftime, it seemed like they were pushing you off the block in the first half. They really were getting you guys out of their element. They hit easy threes to get going. When you went into the half, what did Coach say? What was the mindset? How'd you change it up?
Well, we had to protect the house, definitely. We have to protect the home court. I don't remember how. I know we're undefeated in home, but we had to protect home court. And our coach was just telling us, keep playing hard. They're not going to shoot as well, but just keep playing hard, keep playing defense, and just play St. Joe's basketball. That's it.
Take me into the second half. Now we go down the stretch because it seems like you guys had 6 or 17. You're not bad at throwing the three ball up yourself, but as we go down the stretch, I have to bring up Vernon Maddox. We'll start from there. Vernon comes into the ball game, all right? Now, he hasn't seen action in about 6 weeks or so.
Yeah.
How difficult was it for you guys to get on the same page? Was there something there? I mean, did you guys feel comfortable with it? Was it a little different, a little awkward, or was it just same old, Vernon just all fell into place? Nothing just went through at that moment?
Yeah, I think it was just same old Vernon, nothing fell into place, definitely. We haven't played with him for about a month now, so the whole dynamics of the team kind of changed when he left. But I'm glad to have him back, and, we just couldn't have anything through him, so.
If you are, now, as you go down the stretch, listen, they had a 7, it seemed like they had a 6-point lead, you cut it back to 5. They opened up a 5-point lead, you cut it to 4.
Yeah.
You keep inching closer and closer and closer, and then finally a couple of threes, then you had a big shot. If you are as you are going down the stretch, what are you guys talking about in the huddle? How are you reacting to what they're doing?
Well, good teams make plays, and as a good team, we just made the right plays. We have to, and we were just there making the right plays, and I'm glad we came up with the win, Our coach was telling us, we got to play defense, we could just keep playing defense, get this stop, and we just gradually cut it down. I'm glad we came up with the win.
What I find interesting is when you look at a team like this, they shoot 35% from the field on threes. Today they were 50%, but you guys stuck with the 2-3 zone. I mean, I'll tell you, that has some brass. I'll leave it at that. To stay with the 2-3 zone for a team that shot, 48% from the field, 50% from downtown, and yet you still stuck with the zone. What did Coach tell you about that in terms of defense? Were you going to switch up to man-to-man at any point down the stretch?
We were contemplating on switching to man, but, we played your prod off of zone, and we just kept playing zone. Some plays we had to match up, and that's what we did, so. Give
me a little insight as to when you are coming down the stretch there, and finally, you finally take the lead. It's now 79-78. Matt O'Neal with the layup. I mean, you guys were lobbing the ball back and forth. I mean, there was some crazy passes, but the ability for Matt especially to drop the ball, what seemed like on a dime at times, where you would pick it up and lay it up and in. I mean, is that something that you practice regularly, or is it just chemistry?
It's just chemistry. Matt's a great player, great passer. And he just found people in the right spots, and that's what happened today.
Now you go down the stretch. You guys had, you had the inbounds. Tell me that last play, because it seemed like you were trying to come up with the rebound. It went off of your hand, and you threw it. Did you throw it back and knock it off, Mac?
Oh, yeah, I threw it back, yeah.
So you were able to save it, because essentially at that point, it would have been their ball with 23 seconds to go, and that got you, not only did it get you the ball back, it put you in the double bonus because they want to follow you again. Mm-hmm. So you have the play. Now you're coming down the field. They put up. Mac has the jumper. You go up. Be honest. Did you foul Rembert?
No, I didn't. I definitely didn't.
So you have this play. You're going back down. You have it. You're now up 80-78. You have the ball. You're the double bonus, and now you're at the line. And listen, I've called all your games. Majority of your games you're at home, and your free throw shooting has gotten better. It has gotten better.
Yeah.
When you go to the line, and I've seen Matt. I've spoken to Matt about this as well. How do you go into that point knowing that if you hit both free throws, the game is essentially over?
Confidence. That's it. Confidence. Dave always tells me, take your time. You can do it. This is my 3rd year. You just have to play with confidence. And my teammates trust me with the ball. They trust me to hit those free throws, and I just got to go on the line, step up, and knock it down.
Did you guys feel any type of? How was their defense? And we'll leave it. We'll just end off with that. When you look at the defense that they played, Valley Forge, and they were playing a harassing full court press, full court trapping. I mean, the defense was phenomenal. And the other thing is their guards have size. Their guards have size. Their forwards they have a lot of size across the board. How do you differentiate? How do you go up against something like that? Because, you can play against Berkeley, but to me, a team like this, and we saw that they beat Berkeley yesterday, they're much more polished. Berkeley, in my estimate, you don't have to say it, they don't have that kind of polish type of offense or even defense. How did you go up against that type of suffocating defense that they played?
You just got to play with confidence. That's it. Simple.
You're giving me basketball talk, man. This is straightforward player talk.
Confidence. Seriously, our coaches, we practice hard. People pressure and practice, and that's what we practice. And you just have to go out and play.
Last question. Hill Center, you're now 7-0 here.
Oh, thank God.
9-0 overall. How much, we know you played at Brooklyn Tech the last 2 years. You're here. How much of a difference does it make playing here at home? I mean, to be 7-0 here, there has to be a difference. So what has been the difference playing here at home, especially in a game like this where it's so close, tooth and nail?
Well, we have a great crowd. Our crowd really picks us up. And I'm glad to actually have a home. Brooklyn Tech is not technically at home, obviously, but it's good to have the Hill Center as our home. This is St. Joe's basketball court. This is our court. This is our home,
Michael
and
Megafu.
We practice here, so.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Michael Megafu with 2 clutch free throws at the end to seal the game away. He comes away also with 14 points, 11 rebounds. Mike, go ahead. You can step back in the locker room. Thank you very much. We'll go over the final stats right now, and we'll start with Valley Forge first. They shot 48% from the field, 50% from downtown, 31 of 65 from the field, 13 of 26. Think about that. 13 of 26 from downtown. 39 of their 78 points came on the 3-ball. They had only 4 free throws, 3 of 4. They were out-rebounded, rather they did out-rebound the Bears, 32-28, and 11-5 on the offensive glass. They turned the ball over 18 times, though. 18 turnovers. They did have 5 steals, 25 assists, but they drew 20 personal fouls. You look at that overall, 20 personal fouls, and to me that plays a difference. But 20 personal fouls, the Bears did go to the line 17 times, 12 of 17 overall. We'll get to that in a second, but it doesn't explain the entire game. That being said, you give Valley Forge credit. They used a 3-ball, and they pushed, and their defense was terrific. As for individual scores, leading scorer for them, they had 3 in double figures. 21 points for Kevin Mack, who was sensational from the blocks out, from the free throw line extended in. He had some terrific jumpers going to the paint. He took it to David Lewis time and time again and got to the basket. He got called for a foul late, which is questionable, but 21 points, 4 rebounds on 10 of 18 shooting, 1 of 2 from downtown. 14 points for Brandon Rember, who plays sensational game in the backcourt. 4 rebounds. He had 7 assists. They turned the ball over 3 times, but 6 of 16 shooting, 2 of 5 from downtown. 6 points and 3 rebounds for Joseph Taylor. He had 2 of 4 from downtown. They had a host of guys who put up the 3-ball. LeBlanc, 9 points, all of them on the 3-ball, 3 of 6. They had 12 points for Jonathan Kenyanju, who was 4 of 7 from downtown. And they had a couple others, 9 points for Thorne McIntosh, 3 of 6 from the field. As for the Bears, they shot 32 of 56 from the field for 55%, 6 of 17 from three-point line, 12 of 17 from the free throw line, a lot of it down the stretch. 28 rebounds. Of course, they were out-rebounded by 4. They had 20 assists to 16 turnovers. As for individual, and they shot 57% from the field, 35% from downtown, 70% from the free throw line. As for individual scores, David Lewis in a career high, 35 points after setting one a couple of weeks ago, 35 points, 5 rebounds on 15 of 20 shooting, setting career marks, I'm sure, on both of those. 14 rebounds, 14 points, 11 rebounds, another double-double for Michael Megafu, his 11th of the season, and his we'll bring that up right now, his 43rd of his career double-doubles. Between he and David Lewison, they have nearly 100 double-doubles between them, which is absolutely insane. 19 points for Matt O'Neal, along with the 11th time this season making 3 or more threes. He was 3 of 8 from downtown and 2 huge free throws at the end. 4 rebounds to go along with 11 assists, ties a career high with 11 assists that he had a few weeks ago. You have 10 points for Greg Beeler, once again doing yeoman's work, 2 of 4 shooting from downtown in 30 minutes of play. Vernon Maddox was in there for 8 minutes, had a couple of rebounds, a couple of turnovers. As for the rest of the score sheet, the Bears had 46-20 in points in the paint, 26-21 points off turnovers, 5-3 in second chance points, and 10-2 in fast break points as well. Score was tied 8 times, lead changed 6 times. The Bears' largest lead was by 4, and that was at the end of the game, of course. They won by 4. The largest lead game for UVF, they led by 10 with about 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. And so there you have it. The Bears come away with the 82-78 victory and sweep the doubleheader against the University of Valley Forge. You give Valley Forge credit. They came here and they played exceptionally well. There were a lot of questionable foul calls, but that being said, they hit 13 3-pointers, and they had the opportunity. They led by 10. They did have a chance, but at the end, the Bears were able to do just enough to pull the win away from the Patriots. Your next game for the Bears team, they will be playing they'll be playing Kings. They just played Valley Forge Christian. They have a doubleheader, ladies and the men's, this Saturday against Kings. 5 p.m. tip for the men's team and a 7 p.m. tip, I believe, for the women's team. And so there you have it. Final score is 82-78. Bears win, defeating UVF. They improved to 14-7 on the season, 9-0 at home, 9-0 at home. First time they've reached a 9-win mark at home in their history. University of Valley Forge, in a valiant effort, fall to 9-8 on the season, 5-6 on the road. And so the Bears, with the victory, sweep the doubleheader. This has been St. Joseph Bear Basketball, streaming live on sjcbears.com. My voice is not dead. We'll talk to you soon, everyone. I'm Sitesh Shah. Take care.